Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Before I start with the tutorial, I just want to say thank you so much to all my subscribers and followers. Thank you so much for all your support and love. I really just wanted to put that message out. I'm really grateful for all the love you guys have given me. It means the world to me, really. And thank you so much for being so nice and so supportive. Okay, so let's get on with the tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to crochet the V shell stitch pattern. This is a really easy pattern to do. It's quite fun to do as well. It's perfect for beginners to try. You can use this pattern really in about any project you want. It's totally up to you. I'll also be showing you how to change your color of yarn in case you want this sort of effect. If you want every 2 rows to be in a different color, I'll show you a method wherein you do not have to weave in the ends after every row. Okay, so that's really that saves a lot of trouble. So I'll just show you how to do that as well. And if you would like to learn how to make this pattern, then please keep watching. In this tutorial, I use a 4mm size crochet hook and the yarn corresponding to the size of my hook. You may use whichever crochet hook size is available to you. Just make sure that the yarn you use corresponds to your hook size. Alright, so now let's begin. The first thing you need to do is to make a slip knot. If you would like to learn how to make a slip knot, then I will leave links in the description box below to my previous tutorials in the beginner series where I teach you the basics, how to hold your yarn, how to make the slip knot, and so on. So if you're an absolute beginner, you may check those tutorials out and then learn how to do that and come back to this tutorial. Okay, so once you made your slip knot like so, now we're ready to make a foundation chain. So for this stitch pattern, you need to make a foundation chain in the multiples of 5. Okay, so you can make your foundation chain however long or however short you would like. It's totally up to you depending on what you're trying to make. Okay, so just make sure that it is in the multiple of 5. So to make a foundation chain, all you need to do is make sure your crochet hook is facing up, it's facing you. Alright, and you just need to go below your yarn like this. Okay, pull your hook down, grab your yarn, pull it down and pull it all the way through. Okay, so that is chain 1. So you're just going to repeat that. You're going to go below your yarn like so, pull your hook down, grab your yarn, pull it down and pull it through. Chain 2, chain 3, chain 4, chain 5, and so on. So just make your foundation chain the length that you desire and I'll tell you how to continue. So here I've made a foundation chain of 20 for the sake of the tutorial. Alright, and once you've made the length that you desire, remember that this will be the width of your project, okay, because we'll be working in rows like so and we'll be working our stitches upward like this. So this would be the width of your project. Okay, so if you're satisfied with that, just make sure that it's a multiple of 5, and once you've done that, just add 5 more chains. Okay, so after you've made the length that you want, just add 5 more chains. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and these 5 chains will just act as your turning stitches. Okay, the stitches at the end. Okay, so that will not add on to the length. Alright, so just add 5 more stitches and we are done with the chaining, and now we can continue with row 1. So for row 1, what you need to do is you need to work your first stitch into the 7th chain from the hook. Alright, so when you count your chains from your hook, as I've mentioned before in my previous tutorials, you do not count the loop on your hook. So you're not going to count this loop. You're going to start counting from the one below it. Okay, so this one right here. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so into this 7th chain we will be working our first stitch. Alright, so our first stitch will be 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet all into this stitch space, okay, into the 7th stitch space. We are going to work 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet. When I say double crochet, this is the US term. So in the UK, this will be your treble crochet stitch. All right, so you're just going to make yarn over once like so. Okay, insert your hook into that 7th chain space. Grab your yarn, pull it through. Okay, making 3 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops on our hook. Grab your yarn and pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, so that is 1 double crochet. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and do another double crochet into that same chain space we just worked this double crochet into. So into the same stitch space, you're going to work another double crochet. So you're going to yarn over once like so. Insert your hook into that chain space. Grab your yarn, pull through. You have 3 loops on the hook. Grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops on our hook. Grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, so that is our first V stitch. Okay, so this is how your stitch should look like. All right, and once you're done with that, you're just going to chain 1 like so, and then you're going to skip the next 4 chains on your foundation chain. You're going to skip the next 4 and work the next V stitch into the 5th chain. Okay, so if you see very carefully, if you see right here, this is the chain space that we just worked the V stitch into, this one right here. Okay, so you're going to skip the next 4. So you're going to skip 1, 2, 3 and 4 and work into this 5th chain space here, and you're going to work the same stitches. So you're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet all into this 5th chain. Okay, so you're going to start again. You're going to yarn over once like so. Insert your hook into that chain space. Grab your yarn, pull through. You have 3 loops on the hook. Grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops on the hook. Grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, and then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3 and work another double crochet into that same stitch we just worked this double crochet into. So this chain space right here, we are going to work another double crochet. So you're going to yarn over once, insert your hook into that same space, grab your yarn, pull through, 3 loops on our hook. Grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on our hook. Grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, and then we chain 1 again. So here we've made our V stitches. So if you see carefully, this stitch looks like a V, right? It's got this V shape. Okay, so that is a V stitch basically. So in between your V stitches, we are chaining 1. So do not forget to chain 1 in between them. All right. So after you chain 1, you're just going to repeat what we did here. So you're going to skip 4 chains again and work another V stitch into the 5th chain space. Okay, so if you see carefully, this is a chain space we just worked this V stitch into. So you're going to skip the next 4. So you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 and work into the 5th one here. You're going to work the same stitch that we just worked in the previous ones as well. 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet. All right, so you're just gonna yarn over once, skip 4 chains, go into the 5th one and work 1 double crochet like that, chain 3. All right, and another double crochet into that same space that we just worked into. Work another double crochet there. All right, so that's basically what you're going to be doing in row 1 after your V. This is the V stitch. So after your V stitch, you're just going to chain 1 and repeat this all the way till the end of your foundation chain. So skip 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Work into the 5th one here. you're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet. So you're just going to repeat this all the way till the end of your foundation chain. 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet into that same space we just worked into, like so. Alright, so just pause this video, reach the end of your foundation chain, just repeat this all the way along, skip 4 chains, work into the 5th chain, work 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet, then chain 1 after your V-stitch, and then do that again till the end of your foundation chain. So once you reach the end of your foundation chain and you worked your last V-stitch, you will notice that you have 3 chains left at the end, and that's all right. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, you're going to have 3 extra chains at the end. Okay, if you've done your foundation chain right, so this is how it'll be, and that's fine. All right, what you need to do next is after your last V-stitch, you're just going to chain 1. Alright, and you're just going to work 1 double crochet into the last chain space, or into the 3rd chain space. Okay, so you're going to skip these 2 chains and work 1 double crochet into this last chain space. Okay, so after you chain 1, you're just going to yarn over once, insert your hook into that 3rd chain space, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on the hook, grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on your hook, grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, so 1 double crochet there, and that finishes your row 1. So this is how your stitches should look like. Alright, and now let's begin with row 2. Okay, so for row 2 you're going to start with 3 chains. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and after you make your chain 3, you're going to turn your project like so. Okay, so this chain 3 that we just made will act as 1 double crochet in your row 2. Okay, it will act as your turning stitch. Okay, so once you're done with that, now notice that we have these gap spaces here. Okay, into that V stitches that we made from the previous row, right? These spaces, 1, 2, this one here. Okay, so in row 2, all your stitches will be into those gap spaces. So we are just going to be working into these gap spaces we made from the previous row. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet all into this gap space here. Okay, into this gap space that we made with the V-stitch gap space from the previous row. Okay, so after your chain 3, you're going to straight away go into this gap space. So you're going to yarn over once, insert your hook into that gap space, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on the hook, grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on your hook, grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. So 1 double crochet, right? You're going to work 2 more double crochet into that very same space. Okay, you're going to work 2 more. So that's another double crochet and 1 more. So now we have 3 double crochet, right? 1, 2 and 3, and then you're just going to chain 1, okay, and work another 3 double crochet into this very same gap space. Okay, so 3 double crochet, chain 1 and another 3 double crochet into this space. So just work another 3 double crochet into the very same space we are working, that we just worked into. Okay, so in total in that gap space we have 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet. So this is how the first stitch should look like in row 2. Okay, and then there's no chaining or anything in between. You're going to straight away repeat the same thing into the next gap space here. Okay, into the next gap space here. So you're going to work the same thing. You're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet all into this gap space. So there's no chaining. Once you're done with the double crochets in this space, you're straight away going to yarn over once, insert your hook into the next V gap space and work the next set of stitches. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet and 3 double crochet. You chain 1 and work another 3 double crochet into that same space. So you're basically going to just repeat this all the way till the end. Okay, it's quite simple. You're just working into the V gap spaces that we made from the previous row, right? So there you go. This is how your stitches will look like. So 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet. Okay, and then again you're just going to repeat this into the next gap space. So into the next V gap space, you're working the same thing. You're working 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet again into the next gap space. So just work this all the way till the end. Okay, there's no chaining in between your sets of stitches. Okay, so there's no chaining here or here. Okay, we just chained 1 here in between. I hope I'm not confusing you. Okay, so that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, chain 1 and another 3 double crochet into this very same stitch, into this very same gap space. Okay, 1, 2 and 3. So just work like that till the end and I'll tell you what to do at the end. Okay, so you're just working into these V spaces from the previous row. You're working 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet. Okay, so just repeat this all the way till the end and I'll tell you what to do after that. So once you reach the end of row 2, okay, and you've completed your last set of stitches, you're going to make 1 double crochet into this last chain space here. Okay, so if you see very carefully, this is the V stitch from your previous row, right? So you're going to skip 1. So you're going to skip this 1 chain space and work into this last chain space and you're just going to work 1 double crochet there. Okay, like so. And that will end your row 2. This last double crochet will act as your turning stitch. Okay, so this is how your row 2 should look like. Now just before I go to row 3, I would like to show you one tip if in case you want to change your color for the next row. Okay, so what you need to do there is, for this pattern, all you need to do is this last looping that we did for the double crochet. Okay, you're just going to unravel the last loop, or I'll rather show you the whole thing. So okay, in case you want to change your color, all you need to do is work your double crochet, the last one, but do not complete the last looping. So if you have your 3 loops on your hook, you're going to grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, right? And then the last 2 loops, when you have this, instead of yarning over and pulling through these 2 loops with this yarn, you're going to take the new color. Okay, for instance, let's say I want to join this yarn. Okay, so all you're going to do is place it behind like that. Okay, and you're just going to yarn over this one. So you're just going to yarn over the new one and pull it through the last 2 loops. Okay, this is just one method of changing color. All right, so and then after that you can just continue with row 3. Okay, you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so that's how you begin your row 3, by chaining 4. In case you did not want to change your color and you're working with the same color, you just complete your double crochet and chain 4, begin your row 3 as usual. Okay, this is just to show you in case you want to change your color. All right, so okay, I'll be just working with this one. So to begin row 3, you chain 4. All right, and then you're going to turn your project like so. All right, and then if you notice from your previous row, we have these sort of tips here, right? You've got this sort of sharp point here where we had made our chain 1. Remember, we chained 1 in between your set of stitches here, right? You're going to be working just into those gap spaces, okay? So you're going to be working into this chain 1 space that we made from the previous row. So into this space we are going to be working 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet all into this gap space. So after you chain 4, you're going to yarn over once like so. Insert your hook into this chain 1 space that we made from the previous row. You're going to grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on our hook, grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull through the next 2 loops. So 1 double crochet, chain 3, right, and 1 double crochet again into that same space. So row 3 is actually quite similar to your row 1, okay? So this is our V-stitch, right, and then you're just going to chain 1, and work another V-stitch into the next chain 1 space from the previous row. So this is our next set of stitches from the previous row. In between we have our chain 1 space here. So after you do your V-stitch and you chain 1 in row 3, you're going to straight away go into the next space here and work 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet again, okay? So 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet into that same space. Okay, so this is how your stitches should look like. So row 3 is actually quite similar to your row 1. You're just going to repeat this all the way till the end. So after your V-stitch, you chain 1 like that and then go into the next chain 1 space from your previous row. So in between these sets of 3 double crochets here, and you're going to work 1 double crochet like so, chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1 double crochet into that same space. So work your way till the end and I'll tell you what to do here, okay? You're just going to repeat this all the way till the end. So your V-stitch, chain 1, V-stitch all the way till the end. So here I've just worked all the way till the end. I finished my last V-stitch, okay, in row 3, and then after that you're just going to chain 1 as normal, alright, and you're going to end row 3 by working 1 double crochet into this last chain space here. So if you see carefully, these are the sets of stitches that we worked in row 2. So you're going to skip all these chain spaces, okay, and work into the last one here. And you're just going to work 1 double crochet. So after your last V-stitch, you chain 1 and work 1 double crochet into the last chain space like so, okay? And that ends your row 3. So this is how your pattern should look like now, okay? So you can see that V-stitch pattern that is forming, all right? So now let's continue with row 4. Row 4 is exactly similar to your row 2, okay? There's no difference, it's the same thing. You're going to start row 4 with 3 chains. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and these 3 chains will act as 1 double crochet, your double crochet for the turning stitch, okay? After your chain 3, you're just going to turn your project like so, all right? And now you're gonna sorry about that. Okay, so after you do your chain 3, you're going to straight away work into your V gap spaces from the previous row. So this space right here, you're going to work into this space and then this space and then this one, okay? You're going to do the same thing. You're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet, just as we did in row 2, okay? So after your chain 3 here, you're going to yarn over once like so, insert your hook into this V space, grab your yarn, pull through, grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull through the next 2 loops. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet and 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet again into that very same space. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet. Okay, like so. Okay, so very similar to your row 2, it's the same thing. 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet, and once you're done with this set of stitches, you're going to go straight away into the next V gap space, so this space right here. So you're going to work into this space and you're working the same set of stitches. You're working 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet all into this space here. Okay, so straight away you're going to yarn over once, insert your hook into this V space, work 3 double crochets, so that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet, chain 1 and another 3 double crochet into this same space. Okay, so you're just going to repeat this all the way around for row 4. There you go. So 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet all into this V space. Okay, so work your way, just repeat this all the way till the end, and I'll tell you what to do at the last stitch. Okay, so here I've just reached the end of my row 4. Okay, and I've just completed all the sets of stitches till the last stitch here. Okay, and then just to finish off with row 4, all you need to do is work 1 double crochet into this last chain space here. So if you notice carefully, just after your V stitch from the previous row, okay, the next chain space, so this one here, we're just going to work 1 double crochet into that last chain space. Okay, and that ends your row 4. Okay, so row 4 is now complete. All right, and just a tip in case you want to change your color back to the first color that we used. Okay, if you see, if you've noticed, I haven't cut the yarn from the previous color because I just wanted to show you this tip in case you want to change colors back to the same color as well. Okay, so what to do here is the same thing. You're not going to complete that last double crochet. All right, so for the last looping, I'm just going to unravel the last loop. Okay, and then at the end of your double crochet, you have that 2 loops, right, where normally we would yarn over and pull through these 2 loops to complete our double crochet. But because I want to change my color, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this previous color, okay, and use this end. Okay, here I'm going to yarn over the first color and then pull through these 2 loops like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to continue with my next row. Okay, so now what you're going to do in this pattern is the same thing. You're just going to repeat rows 2 and 3. So you're going to repeat these rows again and again till you get the height that you want for your project. So you're just going to repeat this pattern. Okay, so for instance, now I'm going to start with the V stitch row. Okay, so you're going to chain 4. All right, so you're going to start with the chain 4, 1 2 3 and 4 like so, and turn your project. Okay, and just repeat the same pattern. So you're going to work V stitches into these chain 1 spaces from the previous row. Okay, so after you chain 4, you're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet all into this chain 1 space from the previous row. Okay, so 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet again into that same space. All right, and that is our V stitch again. Okay, after that you're going to chain 1 like that and work again into the next chain 1 gap space here. You're going to work the same thing. So 1 double crochet, chain 3 and 1 double crochet. All right, this is the next V-stitch. You chain 1 and basically just repeat this all the way till the end, and you're just going to repeat these rows again and again till you get the height of the pattern that you would like. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Go ahead and have fun making your project. So here I just wanted to show you again in case you're confused about the changing color. Okay, so here I've just finished my row 6, I think 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and for instance I want to change back to the baby pink color that I used here. So after my last set of stitches, okay, I'm going to do that last double crochet, right? 1 double crochet into that last chain space. So I'm just going to do an incomplete stitch. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then when you have 2 loops left on your hook, you're going to just leave that yarn there, and then if you see you have your previous row ending here, so you're just going to take that yarn in your hand between your fingers, and then you're just going to yarn over and pull through these 2 loops with the new color. Okay, this makes it so much easier, and make sure that you're not pulling it too tight. Okay, just make sure, because otherwise this side can be a little too tight because we're changing color. So just make sure that the tension is good and you can continue with your stitches. So this is the end of this tutorial. I hope this tutorial was easy to follow. Please give this video a thumbs up if you could, and subscribe to my channel for more updates on crochet and for more tutorials on how to crochet. Thank you so much for all the love and support my subscribers have given me. I just want to say thank you again, and God bless, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.